Welcome back, Trophy Hunters. Today I'm showing you the Mortal Kombat 1 Platinum. Now, the earlier entries in MK are notoriously difficult. How many people do you know that have MK vs DC or the Mortal Kombat 9 Platinum? They are some ultra rares that you can't even obtain anymore. The series chilled out a bit with MK10 and 11. They are both quite easy to obtain, a bit grindy, but they're fine. So this leaves MK1, which is definitively the easiest platinum in the series, there's no doubt. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means trophy hunters who don't play fighting games might want to give this a go. It could be their stepping stone into fighting games, and if I can help show that with this video, then I'll be happy. So let's have a look at the Mortal Kombat 1 Platinum journey and how easy it is to earn. MK1's trophy list is a simple one, nowhere near as tough as earlier entries in the series, and not as grindy as MK10 or MK11. The one trophy to watch out for throughout is rolling with my crew, which is to reach max level with 5 different cameos. Cameos are new to MK1, they are your second character, which you can call in for assists. They're used to extend combos or give you various offensive or defensive options. It's the biggest shakeup of a Mortal Kombat gameplay since the PS2 era introduced variations. So with that trophy in mind, it's time to tackle the bulk of the Platinum journey, invasions. 25 trophies can be earned here. This is the new single player mode in Mortal Kombat 1. Every season, which usually lasts a couple of months, a new threat is introduced with a fancy new cutscene. It shows you the theme of the invasion. The last one I played properly was reptiles, so every skin had a cool green and acid motif. It has an almost board game presentation as you progress through a zone and fight your way through to the boss. Mutators, challenges and environmental dangers await as you navigate. It makes for a pretty different experience compared to the ordinary fights you'd expect in arcade or online. There's some good variation here, with minigames popping up often, like Test Your Might, all kinds of crazy mutators, projectiles, acid rains, tilting arenas. That one's a bit mad. I gotta mention how cool the bosses actually are, taking, the existing characters with their moveset and turning them into overpowered multi-stage fights. Some of them look really cool, and when you beat them you're always awarded with their unique skin. So the majority of the trophies live here, and to be honest, it's all really standard fare. Do X amount of damage, spill X amount of blood, however they measure that, complete encounters, find a secret fight, use talismans, which are special moves that charge up, and then there's another trophy for recharging the talisman, forging your own talisman. There's a bit of a crafting system, using consumables which you often find in chests and earn in different fights in the towers. Nothing really stands out other than a couple of cool trophy names. ACABBC is awarded for using a key to open a chest, but its name actually references the Enable Blood cheat code from the original Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis. You get the collector trophy for equipping 3 different relics. Now, relics can be obtained by buying them from a shop, which is quite rare, or earning them from towers or other boss fights. He was a new character in Mortal Kombat 11 and not very well received. He's basically just a taxman with 4 arms. So he's been relegated to shop NPC. It's where he belongs, so it's fine. The only trophies to be actually mindful of in invasions are the 3 leveling trophies. And this is because your level resets at the end of every season. You'll want to stick to it until you reach max level, which you should gain by completing the invasion season anyway. And once you do complete the season, you'll get the other trophy you need before the reset, which is defeating an invasion's boss. So just be careful of how long is left of a season as you progress through this mode. Playing through invasions is fun. They've made a lot of improvements since launch, where it actually began as slow and tedious. The variety has improved with each new patch, now with even more modifiers and different fights to keep things fresh. The carrot on a stick of unlocking new skins as you go is always rewarding, but if skins do not interest you, there's little reason to go into this mode other than the trophies, so you might not actually enjoy this segment. They've done well with the cosmetics, the unique skins are usually great, it's just glaringly obvious it's less content than what MK11 offered. But I do think it's improving as we get deeper into Mortal Kombat 1's lifespan. Now it's my favourite part of Mortal Kombat, or any fighter for me really, it's the online segment. I love choosing a main character, learning cool shit with them, and testing my skills against other people. It's actually more rewarding than trophy hunting for me, so I tend to play online modes for hundreds of hours before even considering getting the platinum. I still haven't got the Tekken 8 plat, for example, one of the easiest fighters of the year, trophy-wise at least. Sometimes fighters can gatekeep their platinums at this stage. Street Fighter V comes to mind for reaching Gold League, which is one of the most difficult fighting game trophies I've ever obtained. MK1 is very lenient in this regard, which is how it should be really. As much as I enjoy an ultra rare fighting game platinum for clout, I'd much rather more people get to enjoy the experience and obtain trophies at the same time. I imagine trophy hunters would skip games like Mortal Kombat 9, Marvel vs. Capcom, or Street Fighter V because the trophy list contains stuff that demands too much dedication to get good at the game to platinum it. So there are only 3 online trophies in Mortal Kombat 1. First one is Contender, play 5 Combat League sets. A Combat League is Mortal Kombat 1's ranked mode, which ties directly into the current Invasion season, and then resets at the end. It's where I spend most of my playtime, other than practice. But for a trophy hunter, only 5 sets are required, that's going to be half an hour, if that. A set is best out of 3 against the same opponent, so do your best and don't be disheartened if you lose. The second trophy is Kingslayer, dethrone a king. This might actually be the hardest trophy to get legitly, as you must defeat someone who is currently the king in a King of the Hill game mode. It's basically winner stays on in a player lobby. Thankfully you only need to win the once. It's easily boostable with a partner or second account, but it would be nice to earn legitly. The biggest pain of this trophy is if you lose and there's a lobby full of people, you're knocked down to the bottom and you'll have to wait your turn. It is quite fun to watch how other people play though, and I've learned a lot by spectating these matches. The last online trophy is called Total Disrespect. Perform a taunt without being interrupted during an online match. And to taunt, how else? You tap down 4 times, yeah, you basically teabag them and it starts the taunt animation. This one's just funny, it's toxic as hell. I could make a whole video of stuff like this, rage quits, disrespect.
Round 2.
Like those before.
Quitality. Reiko wins.
No surrender.
Round 2.
Like those before.
Quitality. Reiko wins.
It's one of my favourite parts and aspects of fighting games. I flip between, come on dude, why did you do that? You didn't have to quit, to, yeah, I probably would have done that too. Being on the receiving end of verbal abuse, however, is never fun.
Good game, man. Good game.
Shut up, motherfucker, asshole.
Make sure you report anything inappropriate.
Go on, do something, go on, do something. Fucking hell, man. Oh, fuck this, man. Oh, fucking arsehole. Fuck off. Fucking.
The show is over.
Quitality.
Mute people, I love muting people, it saves so much hassle. I'm tired of seeing what some people can get away with. In-game comms and messages can be very taxing on the mind. I would hate your 5 Combat League sets for the trophy to be a bad experience, so please be careful. Back to the safety of single player, and the towers are next. There are 2 types of towers in MK1. You've got daily and weekly ones found in invasions, and then the story classic towers, which unlock an ending for each character. Naturally, the daily and weekly ones reset, and the rewards are less focused on skins and gear and more on components and consumables for invasions. I didn't find them that appealing because of this, and it's just another example of how MK1 falls a bit short of being as engaging as MK11 was. The living towers there were just presented in a cooler way, which is a shame because the actual gameplay of MK1 as a whole is a huge improvement over 11. There's a few trophies to earn in these towers. Complete classic towers with 5 different characters, unlock 10 tower endings, and the most difficult here, high score, is that good. Obtain a total score of 5 million in gateway towers. To get this, you'll need to find the longest weekly tower with the most fights. Spec your character to fully attack so your jump kicks and uppercuts do massive damage, and finish every fight with a brutality. The easiest brutality is the classic, hold down during an uppercut to take off his head. There are so many other cooler brutalities, but most importantly they give the most point and all add up to your score. So as long as you win every fight, every round, and finish every match with a brutality, you should get this trophy. Time for the story then, one of the most entertaining parts of the Platinum, but it's only for 3 trophies. It's pretty short, a couple of hours and you'll be done. The story is what you expect. Big flashy cutscenes, high production, great voice acting, and then some intense Shang Tsung sass.
So much for fire and ice.
God, that's hard to say. And even more intense Quan Chi stares. I really do love them. Trophies are awarded for a midway point, completion, and then for completing the end chapter twice. Mortal Kombat has been leaning heavily into MCU multiverse stuff for a while now, but it really goes all in here, so much so that it starts throwing randomized characters at you in the last chapter. You ever wanted to see a female reptile? She's kicking about. Or Johnny Cage with a Kano laser eye? Why not? There are some cursed visuals here though, honestly. I would like to introduce you to Sexy Quan Chi. This is the stuff of nightmares. Anyway, a trophy is rewarded for playing this last chapter through a second time. So after all of that, you're going to have the majority of the trophies. You might need to do some more grinding, depending on what you've done already, but none of it's too taxing. You might need to use a couple more cameos for using 10 different ones, 10 brutalities, 10 cameo fatalities, that kind of stuff. All of these are trophies you could go for during any other section, like invasions. It really just is rolling with my crew, the trophy I mentioned at the start. Reach max level with 5 different cameos. As long as you're changing cameo once you've leveled them up completely, you shouldn't have too much more to do. Cameo XP is awarded just like any other XP after every fight, whether that's online, invasions, towers, whatever you like. There's even the odd double XP weekend to keep an eye out for sometimes. And that's it. Once you've got that trophy, that'll be the longest one and you should have the Mortal Kombat 1 Platinum. It's the easiest in the series, but I don't say that negatively. I love the game. It has problems for sure, but it's improving and it's fun. But most importantly, for trophy hunters, it's accessible. That's something that fighters aren't generally known for. If you enjoyed this one, then MK11 and MK10, there's no reason why you wouldn't enjoy them as well. They're on the table for you. I just hope the upcoming expansion has a few trophies to get. Imagine a Ghostface trophy or a T1000 trophy. That'd be so cool. I hope you enjoyed the blood-fueled platinum of Mortal Kombat 1. Let me know how it goes for you, or if you need any tips, then just leave a comment and I'll reply straight away. Subscribe if you enjoyed the vibe, but have a fantastic day anyway. and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
First round you only won with throws, you fucking noob. Learn to play the game, freaking pussy ass. Like 10 throws after each other, pussy ass gaming.